Love is often portrayed as a magical, mysterious emotion, something that just happens. But from a psychiatric and neurological point of view, love is actually a complex process that involves brain chemistry, hormones, attachment patterns, and emotional regulation. Understanding love scientifically doesn't make it less romantic. In fact, it can help us build stronger, healthier relationships. Love starts in the brain. Love begins in the brain, not the heart. When you feel attracted to someone, several brain regions activate, especially those linked to reward, motivation, and pleasure. MRI scans show increased activity in areas like the ventral tegmental area, VTA, and caudate nucleus, which are part of the brain's dopamine system. Dopamine is a feel-good chemical that creates a sense of euphoria, excitement, and focus, which explains the butterflies and obsessive thoughts during early stages of love. Hormones involved in love is fueled by a mix of hormones. Dopamine creates pleasure, reward, motivation. Oxytocin, known as the cuddle hormone, it builds trust, bonding, and intimacy. Vasopressin, associated with long-term commitment and attachment. Serotonin drops in early love, which can cause obsessive thinking. Cortisol, stress hormone that spikes in new love, adding intensity. These chemicals interact to produce different phases of love: lust, attraction, and attachment. 3 phases of love psychiatrists and researchers usually divide love into 3 main phases. Lust, driven by sex hormones, testosterone and estrogen. It's more about physical attraction and desire. Attraction, dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin dominate. This is the honeymoon phase with excitement, focus on the person, and intense emotions. Attachment, governed by oxytocin and vasopressin. This is what sustains long-term relationships and emotional security. Each phase activates different parts of the brain and serves a unique evolutionary purpose. Attachment theory and love psychiatrists also look at love through the lens of attachment theory, originally developed by John Bowlby. The way we attach to caregivers as children influences how we love as adults. There are 4 main attachment styles: secure, comfortable with intimacy and independence; anxious, craves closeness but fears abandonment; avoidant, values independence, struggles with intimacy; fearful avoidant, desires connection but fears getting hurt. Understanding your attachment style can help you improve your relationships by recognizing emotional patterns and choosing partners who support your mental health. Why we fall in love. With certain people, love isn't completely random. Several factors influence who we fall in love with. Biological compatibility, including pheromones and immune system differences. Psychological familiarity. We often choose partners who reflect dynamics from childhood. Timing and emotional. Readiness. Being mentally and emotionally open to love. Shared values and interests. Deep connections grow from shared beliefs and goals. Unconscious patterns. Sometimes we're drawn to what we're used to, even if it's not healthy. Mental health and love can profoundly impact your mental health, both positively and negatively. Healthy love supports self-esteem, emotional stability, and physical health. It involves mutual respect, good communication, emotional safety growth, and support. Toxic love or emotionally unavailable partners can trigger anxiety, depression, or trauma responses, especially in people with unresolved childhood wounds or insecure attachment styles. Psychiatrists often help individuals and couples navigate these patterns through therapy, cognitive behavioral tools, and emotional regulation techniques. How love evolves over time. Love matures. The intense infatuation fades, but if nurtured, it transforms into deep emotional intimacy. This is where empathy, commitment, patience, and emotional intelligence come in. Long-term love isn't about constantly feeling in love. It's about choosing love daily, even when it's hard. Psychiatrists emphasize that successful relationships are not about avoiding conflict, but learning how to repair, reconnect, and grow together. Can we fall out of love? Yes, and psychiatrically, it often happens when the attachment bond weakens, communication breaks down, emotional needs go unmet for long periods, individual growth outpaces the relationship. However, falling back in love is also possible if both partners are willing to heal, reconnect, and rekindle emotional closeness. In summary, love is not just an emotion. It's a biological process, a psychological pattern, and an emotional skill. Psychiatry helps us understand that love isn't about perfection or fairy tales. It's about connection, vulnerability, and emotional resilience. By understanding the science of love, we can build relationships that are not only passionate, but also emotionally safe, respectful, and enduring.